It may not be the most civilized means of self-defense in the galaxy, but a powerful blaster can certainly pack a punch. But what is the best blaster? Well, let's find out. Roll the intro! Really quick, if you guys hit the subscribe button, it takes 2 seconds, it's easy, it's free, and it helps these videos get to more Star Wars fans. Thank you, now let's get back to the video. Not every blaster in the Star Wars universe is as reliable as Han's trusty sidearm, and if the Stormtrooper's aim is any indication, there's a wide range of possibilities when it comes to firepower that's a bit cruder and inelegant as a lightsaber. But just like what Han Solo said,
hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
So let's get into the rankings. First up at number 10 is Chewbaccas Bowcaster. Through the use of magnetic acceleration, bowcasters are more powerful and accurate than the average blaster. Designs differ through the materials used and the creator's artistic approach, although the end result was visually similar to the crossbow-like weapon. The weapon used metal quarrels enveloped in the plasma energy as ammunition. 2 polarizing orbs balanced on each of the end of the bow, creating a magnetic field that boosted the quarrel's momentum. Once the cocking spring was pulled back, the trigger fired in the quarrel, which was enveloped in the plasma energy. The last known bowcaster to be crafted was by Chewbacca. A Wookiee warrior and rebel hero, was created during the Galactic Empire era. Chewbacca unconventionally crafted the weapon using a frame and power pack of a standard Stormtrooper blaster. Additionally, Chewbacca also fitted it with an automatic cocking system, a feature traditional models of the time lacked. Bowcasters were much more powerful than the standard blaster rifles, but also much heavier, meaning few humans were capable of carrying one, let alone holding it level and steady for a precise shot. To fire comfortably, the strength of a Wookiee was required. However, this statistic was challenged by Han Solo on numerous occasions during the Cold War, in which he became fond of the weapon, declaring, "I like this thing," after using it in the skirmish on board the Eravana in the Battle of Takodana.
I like this thing.
Next up at number 9 is General Grievous's DT-57. The DT-57 was a heavy blaster pistol used throughout the Clone Wars. It was manufactured by the Blastech Industries for the use of close quarters and mid-range situations. The blaster picked up its name the Annihilator due to its heavy blast technology, which made it incredibly effective. As Obi-Wan Kenobi once said, the DT-57 was
so uncivilized,
which went along with his belief that blasters were far less civilized than his preferred lightsaber. The DT-57 featured numerous options when it came to customizations, including a larger magazine, trigger guard, scope, and much more. At number 8 is the DH-17 Blaster Pistol. The Blastech DH-17 Blaster Pistol was designed for close quarters. The weapon was primarily used by soldiers of the Rebel Alliance, but could also be seen on the hips of Imperial officers who carried it in the lieu of the E11. It could fire in single blast, or it could be set to semi-automatic to fire in short burst. It could also be set to fully automatic, but firing in that setting depleted its energy stores in only 20 seconds. The DH-17 was accurate at short and medium range, and was depended upon by a variety of combatants. Coming in at number 7 is the E-Web Repeating Blaster. Blastech Industries' E-Web Emplacement Weapon, Heavy Repeating Blaster, was one of the most powerful repeating blasters in the Imperial arsenal. The weapon could fire accurately to 150 meters, with a maximum effective range of 750 meters. One of the blaster's features was unlimited supply of shots, so long as it was connected to a power generator. The weapon could be only mounted onto a tripod for use of 2-handed repeater, but was too heavy to be hand-carried. Due to its size and complexity, it required 2 people to fire accurately. Next is the E11 Blaster at number 6. The E11 Blaster rifle was standard issue to Imperial Stormtroopers seen throughout the original trilogy. It was based on the DC-15A blaster used during the Clone Wars, which is carried by clone troopers. Despite the fact that Stormtroopers seemed incapable of hitting anything they aim at, the E11 was a versatile blaster capable of firing either lethal, stun, or sting settings. It had extensive range, folding 3-position stock, and a telescope range-finding sight. It could be used as either pistol or rifle, and could be modified in several ways. The E11 used a standard power cell capable of firing up to 200 shots. If loaded with a plasma cartridge, the weapon's capacity could increase up to 500 shots. The E11 was based on the British Sterling's L2AO3. At number 5 is the Jawa Ion Blaster. The Jawa was a Tatooine carried a unique form of ionized blaster designed specifically to incapacitate droids. When fired at a droid, it disables the power and electrical systems, rendering them powerless. The Jawa Ion Blasters were handcrafted weapons made from the scraps of Starship's ion engine. When coupled with a restraining bolt, the blaster was incredibly effective at disabling droids and rendering them useless. The discharged blasts with ionized particles normally target electrical systems, but they could be modified to render living beings stunned, but alive. Ion blasts are effective up to 12 meters and were carried by most Jawas on Tatooine. Coming in at number 4 is Jango Fett's Weststar 34 Blaster Pistols. The Weststar 34 Blaster Pistol was a model of blaster pistol custom made for the bounty hunter Jango Fett by Weststar. Designed for brief but intense surprise attacks at close range, the Weststar 34 Blaster Pistol was made from an expensive DeLorean alloy which was able to withstand continuous firings, raising its temperatures that would melt most ordinary blasters. The bounty hunter Jango Fett owned a pair of custom-fit Weststar 34 blaster pistols that were modified with the handles being hollow. At number 3 is the Solos Sub Elg 3A Blaster. The Sub Elg Blaster pistol was a medium-range blaster capable of delivering both stun and lethal damage. The weapon was considerably smaller than a typical blaster, which made them ideal for members of the royal family and their guards. They were primarily carried by the Royal Naboo security forces, and it was designed by George Lucas himself from a drawing he made. Next at number 2 is the Clone Trooper DC-15's blaster. They were extremely powerful weapons, especially in the hands of experienced clone troopers, and they were more capable of piercing through heavy armor. This gun was also known to be dual-wielded and sometimes held as a pistol. The blaster could also fire a grappling cable which was attached to the butt of the folded stock, requiring the stock to be folded when using the cable. Captain Rex and the Torrent detachment of the 501st Legion utilized this capability most noticeably during the Battle of Teth, using them to scale the sheer cliff below their objective. This famous clone blaster was often used by Commander Cody of the 212th Attack Battalion. Additionally, the blaster had a stun setting, as shown as Boba Fett when he attacked CT-1477 on the Endurance. And finally, number 1 is Han Solo's DL44 Blaster. Han's blaster is probably one of the most recognizable in all of Star Wars canon. It is after all what he used to put Greedo down since he shot first. It is designed off the real Mauser C96 broom handle pistol, as a few embellishments making it look far more sci-fi than real deal. Han carried different versions of the blaster throughout the original trilogy, but they were all altered versions of the same Blastech DL44. The differences most aesthetic were dealt with color of the muzzle and the length of the scope. And that wraps it up for a list of the top 10 blasters in the Star Wars universe. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite and if we missed any. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you.